belt. And we are live. Welcome to another live edition of the Extra Point. You see me flanked to my right. It's my right hand woman decked out in her maze. You know how we get down. It's our international sports correspondent, all the way from the D to the R, Miss Tosha T Sizzle. How goes it today?
It goes well here in the DR. Nice and
In the
breezy.
Yeah, what's the weather like that here in the fall, right here at Halloween's Eve?
It's actually in the 80s, but because it's kind of like, I guess, would be considered the fall, I'm actually getting a cool breeze because normally I can't sit outside like this without a fan or something on.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you got enough. So it's not quite beach weather, but it's still nice.
Oh no, it's every day is beach weather. The only time you really cannot go to the beach, maybe January through March, is you can still go, but you have to go at certain times because it will get cool.
Okay, nice. Do y'all celebrate Halloween down there in the DR?
They don't necessarily do Halloween. They already have Christmas decorations and they do play American Christmas music.
Oh, okay.
They love that Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas, but they had a Spanish version. I was like, who is that? Maria Carey?
You know what? Speaking of which, I saw a post on Twitter the other day that said it's Halloween, y'all. So you know Mariah Carey is throwing out for the new year.
I saw that too. Yeah, they do Christmas big here, even though it's not like we would celebrate Christmas, but they do Christmas here. They don't necessarily do Halloween. That's more of a uh, American, Canadian style holiday. Like they don't do
I was holding my
Thanksgiving here.
breath because I thought you was gonna say something else. I'll tell you off wax what I thought you was about to say, and now you know what I thought you was about to say. So we're gonna roll. Now we celebrate Halloween over here in the Americas. So before we get into that part, will you please let everyone know who this show is sponsored by?
It is sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. That's MAE. Yes, plug it.
Yes.
MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee, freshly ground or not, by my daughter, Denise. Her name is Sasha, but she's Denise on the face of book. Please support my daughter as most of you already have, and she actually has K cups now. So order your
Yes.
K cups, and like we said, help keep my baby girl off that pole.
Yes, indeed. And y'all, it's holiday time. So now's the perfect time to send your relatives out of town coffee. You know, it's a gift that keeps on giving. As you can see, shouts out to Denise checking in. There is the website to go and place your order. You can use the promo code extra1. That's XTRA and the number one to get your discount. Professionally ran, you get your stuff in a timely fashion, and it is delicious.
And one more thing here about the coffee. They have their own coffee here, but I went to a coffee shop. Remember I told you I go and I get these iced coffees. And I asked them, I said, if I bought my own coffee, could you use my coffee? And they looked at me, but the woman shook her head. She said, see, so they made me an iced coffee with the May Jane's coffee.
All right, iced out MJCC. We see you. Very proud of Miss Denise. Very proud of what she's doing. We're always going to support. And I can't get my morning started without it. It's time for me to re-up on another bag of that MJC. Make sure y'all get that. It's a holiday must have. Now, back to Halloween. Now, I already got a trick or treat, and that's my Tennessee Titans that I'll be dealing with tomorrow. But in the spirit of the holiday, we're going to play a special holiday edition of Start One, Sit One, Cut One with some of our favorite throwback slashers from back in the day. Tosha T Sizzle, you ready?
This year, Halloween fell on the weekend. Me
Hey,
and Ghetto Boys are trick or treat and
hey,
robbing little
rubber little
kids for
kids,
bags.
Come on.
Until that old
Okay.
man got behind. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, okay. All right. So we're gonna do these three. You can start one, you can keep one, and then one gotta hit the road. Up
Okay.
first, Mr. Candyman. Up next, Mr. Michael Myers. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Freddy Krueger. Who you starting? Who you sitting? Who you cutting?
I'm going to start Michael Myers
Really?
simply because Mike has been in the game for the longest. And they got all this
It been work.
controversy. Right. They got all this controversy talking about he's homophobic. And I'm thinking, this literally kills any and everybody.
He's human phobic.
His first kill was his sister. So make sense. But yeah, Michael, anytime you see him coming through with that Carhartt hat on and that hat just ain't quite right, he ain't saying a word.
Right, he got that nap hair, where he just woke up and was like, well, let's just roll with it.
So I'm starting Michael.
All right.
And you said sit and cut. I'm going to sit Freddy.
Okay.
Simply because Freddy's kind of played out a little bit. And now with me not getting a lot of sleep, ain't no way in hell he's getting in my dreams. And I'd have to cut old Candyman because Candyman wasn't really, it was a phenomenon for us because we had jokes for days and we still said, oh, Candyman.
Oops, you better stop. Whoop. Okay, all right. I was going to say, she stopped at 3, Candy.
But he's not a traditional villain. And he only targeted one person in the end. And that was Helen.
Right, it was Helen. Talking about getting somebody in your hooks. Now, see, mine was kind of different.
I guess right? You got your hooks on me.
Now, see, I started Candyman because I knew as long as we didn't say his name 5 times, there wouldn't be no smoke. We can sit there and watch the game and everything. I'm like, Candy, you need any more popcorn? I don't know how you're going to pick it out the bowl, but, so I was going to sit Michael Myers because if he ain't killed that lady in 40 years, then I like my chances of escape.
He has been after Carrie Stroud for 30 years.
Look, I figured by the time he catch me, it was time to go home to Mama Maker anyway. So, and then we're going to cut Freddy because, like you said, my sleep is too important to me. I can't take no chances of you killing me during my Saturday after Michigan game nap. That's just not going to happen. Okay, all right. Now, as we all know, there's one big game this weekend, the biggest game of college and NFL this weekend, and that is our beloved Michigan Wolverines taking on little brother Sparty, Michigan State, in the highest stakes game they've had against each other since 1961. Both teams are ranked in the top 10. Both teams are undefeated at 7-0. Tosha T Sizzle, let's start you with this. What does Michigan have to do to avoid another calamity in another top 10 ranked matchup under Jim Harbaugh?
They're going to score. And I remember I pointed this out to you last week. I sent it to you and I said, Michigan's downfall is going to be their lack of scoring and scoring often. They don't usually warm up until second quarter. I think someone said one time the stat was they had like 36. I can't remember what exactly. I'm not going to quote that, even bring that up. But they said they score more points in the second half than they do. And if you're going against a team that can score and that does have a good defense, you can't depend on scoring in the game when that team is probably already taking you out of your game.
Right. And go ahead. Finish your thought.
Because isn't Michigan's defense like ranked number 2 or something like that in the nation? The defense has never really been the problem at Michigan. It's always been that sputtering offense from where you had terrible quarterbacks or quarterbacks that should not have been the quarterback. The offense has always just been the Achilles heel since Shoelace left, since Shoelace and the crew left.
Right. He was the last quarterback to beat Ohio State. He was the last quarterback to actually win a New Year's Six bowl game for Michigan. And think about how long he's been gone. Wow. Yeah. You made an interesting point about slow starts with Michigan because Michigan State is a team that you don't want to start slow against because they have a running back in Kenneth Walker III, transferred from Wake Forest, that can flat out get it done. You saw the last time they played, he had a 96-yard touchdown run. The guy has been getting it done on the ground. If Michigan gets way down in the first half, Michigan State will take the air out of the ball and reduce your chances of coming back. That's going to be crazy. Now, these teams aren't only have the same record. Their stats are pretty much identical. Michigan averaging 37 points a game. Michigan State just under 35. Michigan 442 yards per game. Michigan State 451. So, like you said, this is not a team that you want to try to wait until the second half to get it going. Now, we all know that Jim Harbaugh has been in this situation numerous times, and we also know that he hasn't really faced any smoke this year. That 7-0 start has probably kept him at bay from the media for as long a time as I can remember in about 4 or 5 years. But if he loses today, you know the snipers will be in the window.
One Mr. Paul Feinbaum, who never lifts his foot
yes,
off that
Mr.
gas
Sniper.
when it comes to Harbaugh. I mean, he is a sharp shooter when it comes to
Yes.
Harbaugh.
Yes. Now, tell me this, because you sent me something that sent me down a rabbit hole the last couple of days. It just really sparked my interest. And we're going to put it up here for the people to see as well. You sent me a list of the Big Ten salaries currently. Now, I do remember when Harbaugh was originally signed, he was one of the, not only the highest paid coach in the Big Ten, he was one of the highest paid coaches in the country, right behind Dabo and Nick Saban. Well, the mighty have fallen because now you just go ahead and let me know how much pressure is on Harbaugh going forward if he were to lose this game, and then I'll post the stat here for us.
If he loses this game, again, it's only going to be tongues wagging. We all know the game that really, really matters is Ohio, Thanksgiving weekend. I'll cut him some slack when it comes to losing to little brother U. I don't want him to, but I'm hoping hoping they win.
Now, take a look at this. Now, we just said, Tosha, that Jim Harbaugh was one of the highest paid coaches in the country when he was signed by Michigan several years ago. Looking at these graphics here, he is 11th in the Big Ten at $4 million a year. Tosha, how do you get an extension and make less money?
The disparaging thing with me is Ryan Day. How is he making that much money when you were an assistant and you inherited a team that I still think someone else was still coaching from the sidelines?
Right, and rightfully so.
And I get Mel Tucker, new guy coming in from Colorado. They had to give him a little something to entice him. I don't know how much entice you needed to leave Colorado, but you got Jeff Brom out here making more than Harbaugh at Purdue. Pat Fitzgerald at Northwestern. Scott Frost, who has won, how many games has he won since he's been there?
Right. That program has been a train wreck since he arrived, making more than Jim Harbaugh.
And then, they got James Franklin not reported, but it's also reported that, they're looking at him for the USC and the LSU jobs, possibly.
And I think we can both safely assume that James Franklin will be making more than $4 million, either at Penn State or wherever he decides to go next, right?
Right, because Jimbo Fisher is making, $9 million at TAMU. And we all know Saban, which is, of course, Saban's making, $10 million to coach Bama? So if Franklin was to leave and go somewhere else, they're going to give him their money. He's not out here like Coach Omar Epps, Coach Tomlin, saying it's not a booster with a big enough check. Well, James Franklin, James Franklin, it's a big enough check for James Franklin because, like I said, it's just odd to me that Harbaugh is only making $4 million when these other coaches ahead of him have not done anything. PJ Fleck, he had that one good year when they were rowing the boat and they were upsetting people and we were cheering, for him. But the other coaches ahead of him, outside of Ryan Day, what have they done?
Right. It's to me, it shows that Michigan ain't playing around with him no more. And it shows that this is your last leg until you up out of here, bro. So I think that he's done a phenomenal job of getting Michigan ready to play this year. But I also think that nobody needs to win in East Lansing more than Jim Harbaugh does today. What's going on? Good morning, Stephanie Colter. Step strong. Now,
but you do notice they have not been talking about any, because I think they're really waiting to see what happens on Thanksgiving weekend.
You think it all boils down to Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fed up.
Look, they got rid of Lloyd Carr because he could not beat Ohio.
And he had a national championship that wasn't that far in the rearview mirror. But you're right. They changed coaches up in Ohio, brought in that Trestle, and
the sweater vest.
Right. And Lloyd had to beat it because he could not beat Mr. Trestle. Now, let's transition into some baseball for just a second. The World Series is going on right now, in case anybody was wondering. The Atlanta Braves just took a 2-1 lead last night over the Houston Astros. But here at the Extra Point, we like to do things just a little bit different. So instead of breaking down the World Series with a bunch of names and stats of people that you don't know, we're going to put Tosha in the hot seat, and we're going to have play the World Series of travel destinations, Atlanta versus Houston, in a American Airlines versus competition, if you will. So, T Sizzle, you've been to both cities. So we're going to break this down. I'm going to give you some categories. You tell me which city comes out on top, Atlanta or Houston. We're going to start with weather. You can't be a great travel destination without good weather. Who are you taking as far as year-long weather, Houston or Atlanta?
Oh, I'm taking Houston.
Really?
Because Atlanta, it can never be too hot for me. Come on, now when I go to your house, what's the first thing I do? I
turn
cut
on
your
the
air off.
Right.
I cut your air off. It can
right.
never be too hot for me. And plus, Atlanta from time to time does get a little bit of ice, which will shut the entire state down.
Right. Okay. All right. So Atlanta is down 1-0 to Houston when it comes to weather. Now, let's go with pro teams. We'll package these together. You have the Astros, the Houston Texans, and the Houston Rockets versus the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Braves. Who you taking?
Correction, Cobb County Braves, but I digress. For sports teams, I am going to go with Atlanta because I would love to go into that Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Right. That is one of my dreams. If I ever do come back to the States, I want to go to a game there. Just overall, the Hawks, the atmosphere is a little bit more live than a Houston Rockets game. You see some of your favorite people at the Hawks games. And now since the Cobb County Braves are in the World Series, you're seeing some of them at the World Series.
Right. Okay.
And the Falcons are kind of like the Titans to me. They have the most black folk in the stands that I've ever seen in my life.
Chocolate City
moved from DC to Atlanta on game days.
It does, right? Look like the Kappas invaded with all them red jerseys and brothers. Okay, so this next one I really thought long and hard about, so I can't wait to get your answer on. Music scene. And we're gonna go back. We can start in the 90s when we started listening to music. Music scene, Atlanta or Houston? Who you got? That's a good one.
And it's not for the reasons that one would think. Outside of NWA, my all-time favorite rap group is them Kangs. Even though they from PAT, that's Port Arthur, Texas, for you all that didn't know, they still rep Houston.
Yes.
R.I.P. to Chad Butler, Pimp C, Free Pimp C, but it's also a rapper in Atlanta. Used to call him Teddy Boy, but now he's 2 Chainz. If you go into my Apple Music, I got Chainz, which I even call my niece Chainz because she likes 2 Chainz. We call her Chainz. But then I also have I got all the Kangs music, all the Kangs. So it's kind of hard. The music one, it's a toss up. I can't. Like I said, outside all the other stuff, you got all the good producers and all that stuff in Atlanta, and you got all your, What It Do and They Don't Know and all this. In Houston, it comes down to me, the Kangs and Chainz, and I can't decide.
Well, you know that Pimp C got his first key from his baby mama brother.
Cooked it and started passing out them hugs. Everybody in his family was clocking loose. Sold his Cadillac, got a brand new Lexus sports coupe, had a house on the hill, a boat on the lake, and had a detail shop to cover up all the what that he makes.
I think that makes Houston the winner in this one.
point where he don't see dope no more. Still smoke weed, still drink beer.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Damian Colter because I heard that song for the first time in his Mazda 323 in 1994 in Nashville, Tennessee, riding through North Nashville. The Pocket Full of Stones, all of that. I'm sorry. UGK.
Why did it take you to 94 to hear it?
Because I was an R&B kid prior to that. A sheltered R&B cat prior to that. So that got my wheels turning into that hip hop stuff. I loved it. Okay, so now it's 1-1 and a tie. So here's the tiebreaker: nightlife, Houston or Atlanta, and this does include strip clubs because Drake said on Money to Blow, this goes out to Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. So obviously he has Atlanta and Houston in his top tier of nightlife.
What is T Sizzle? Having gone out in both cities, even though you got Magic City, which everyone in the entire universe has heard of or has tried to go into, and got Lemon Pepper Lou caught up because he went to go get some chicken wings.
Right. The man got his own wings.
What stands out to me the most is our dear friend Chrissy Roper. When I went down to Houston for the Super Bowl, Chrissy, and she took me to the 3rd Ward, and we ate boudin.
Nice. So you was down there in them walls?
After that, it was a wrap. We went to a club. And she was saying, "Oh, if you do this, you do." She said, "And it's like this, even when it's not the Super Bowl." We went to a martini bar that I was literally at the table like this. It was so many people. I'm not a heavy drinker, but I enjoyed my time. I don't know if it's because I'm grown now and I can sit down and relax. When I was running those streets in Atlanta, I was
right. Club Tweezy and all of that.
Yeah. I'm down in the club. I'm gonna have to get that to Houston.
Well, okay. Well, looks like Houston wins T Sizzle's first annual Battle of Travel Destinations. She's been all over the world, and I can find my baby. So she's an expert in that feel good job by you. Now, transitioning back into some football, let's jump over to the pros for a second. Because Tuesday is a huge day in the NFL. It is the trade deadline. And for months, we've been hearing about Deshaun Watson to Philly, Deshaun Watson to Miami. Deshaun Watson don't want to be in Houston. Well, it's put up a shut-up time now of you, the Houston Texans. You got the man on your roster. You're paying the man. Are you going to trade the man by Tuesday? T Sizzle, does he get moved by Tuesday?
If he does not, I will be surprised because now it's dead weight. And you're basically paying this man to sit on your bench, not even sit on the bench. Is he even at the game? Is he even there? So you're paying to basically set money on fire by having him there. So it would be a surprise if he's not, because he's not on any type of commissioner's exemption list or anything. They're still at the investigation point. He's saying one thing, the accusers are saying another thing, and like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. If one or two people, 22 people, because but I would be surprised if because I know he wanted to do like Carolina, and Miami was big into the mix. Who's actually in the market for him? Who wants? And if they get him, are they going to play him?
You know who I thought would be a great fit that nobody's talked about for Watson? I'm gonna say the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the reason why I say the Pittsburgh Steelers is because Mike Tomlin, he needs to go to a place where the coach is not going to be tied to whatever happens with his trial or whatever happens to his outcome. And your boy Omar Epps has proved that he is beyond reproach. He said, "Never say never, but never." He ain't going nowhere. And he's got some stability within that organization. And I also think that you could bring Watson over, stash him, go ahead and pay him, let Big Ben finish out the season, let him work out his little drama, bring him in next year as a starter because Big Ben is done, and you're off and running for the next 10 years. I think if you have to give up 3 draft first-round picks, if you got Watson on your team, what you talking about, 25, 28, 30th? They're going to be one of the top teams in the league.
So you're not putting your trust in what's his name, the backup? Oh, from Ohio.
Haskins?
Yeah. You don't think? I mean, I don't think Haskins can lead.
Haskins?
I mean,
who were
Drake?
Dirty strippers? Like that Haskins?
I wouldn't put a franchise. I wouldn't give him control of a franchise. But again, you would take a risk by getting Watson in. But you take him, and then what if everything turns out and then he's not playing, and then you've given up so much, and you can't say, okay, I need those picks back because he's not eligible to play.
That's a good question. It is going to be a risk reward thing. But if you're Mike Tomlin, then you say, I said never say never, but I'm going to USC now.
But the thing, Tom, like you said, Tomlin has job security. I think since the 60s, the Steelers have had 4 coaches.
Yeah.
They've had.
Yeah. And all of them won Super Bowls.
Yeah, they've had 4 coaches. So, I mean, I think he does have a little bit of, hey, I can kind of poke my chest out a little bit and say what I want to say. But I don't even think that's a risk that he would want to say. Because what is the reward again? I mean, I do think something's going to come up some of these 22 accusers. If it be a payout, a slap, I think it's going to get more than a slap on the wrist.
So what do you do if you're Houston then? Like who will take on that type of baggage?
Cut him. Like these McNairs. First of all, it's something wrong with them anyway. Hey, Kenny.
Shout out to the nephew, Kenny Man.
It's something wrong with those McNairs anyway. I know they've got to be stinking filthy rich if you're allowing a quarterback to sit on your team and you're paying him this kind of money. He's not doing anything. Like, are you guys hiring?
You're not making him play or nothing.
Y'all hiring.
Right. They making them. They're making them. Yeah.
Go in Indeed.com and see if I can send my resume and work, from home. Right. Since y'all paying people not to do anything.
Right. Who would ever thought the starting quarterback job for the Houston Texans could be a remote job? Put that on your Zip Recruiter. It's going to be. I really think the teams are going to have cold feet because there's a bunch of bad teams out there that could
use him. But it's that hanging over the head with that lawsuit because you don't know how that's going to end, and then you give up so much and you don't get that investment back if they say, okay, you're out of the league.
But here's the thing though. So what happens if he does go, he sit down for a year or so? You still got him coming back at 26, 27 years old. He's still in the prime of his career. You still can make something out of it, even if he has to sit for a while, right?
But it's okay. He would be considered a pariah. It's different.
Be a pariah, go back like babies and pacifiers. Oh. I'm sorry.
But it's not like Bob Kraft when he was getting a tug and pull. He is a rich white, keyword white. I don't know if you watched the Colin Kaepernick Black and White on Netflix.
I see it's on Netflix now. I haven't seen it yet.
It's very good. It's very, and when the opening, it kind of gives you oh my God, I'm not gonna give it away. You just have to watch it. But him being white and rich gives him a privilege that Deshaun being, well, let me take it back. Robert Kraft is wealthy.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is just rich and black.
Right.
So, and I mean, you look how long it took Mike Vick to come back from dog fighting. You look at, I mean, even Kobe to a point, his, what am I trying to say? His reputation was tarnished, and people still
big time.
And people still held that over his head. Remember, they didn't want him to get nominated for some award or something because of those accusations that happened in Denver. So it's going to be hard. Do you want that around your team? I mean, look at Jameis Winston. All that stuff that happened to him, in Florida State. We don't really bring that up too much. We bring up the crab legs because, us as a folk, we want to get those jokes out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you want that around you?
It's going to be interesting to see. I'm at 50-50 right now. I mean, everybody's saying the Miami Dolphins could do it. They have the draft pick, the capital to do it. Tua, I still think you may want to give him a little more time because either he's out or the weapons are out. They're not all together at the same time this year. It'll be interesting to see. We shall see. Another thing that we're closely monitoring going into tomorrow night's Sunday night matchup is the health of Dak Prescott. Now, 2 weeks ago before their bye, he injured himself on the last play of the game against the Patriots. Injured his calf, and he's been limited all week. He really didn't do much during the bye week. He's been limited all week. He says he wants to play, but it's not entirely his decision. Given the fact of where they are right now at 5-1, where they are in their own division, do you think Jerry should step in and bench his star quarterback for Sunday Night Football? Or is Jerry going to say, no, this is Sunday Night Football. I want my best foot forward so I can look good on national television.
I want my boy out there.
Who
do they play Sunday?
Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins and them.
The Vikings.
First of all, I would make him play because he didn't seem to have no problem being out at Halloween dressed up like a ringmaster with his.
He wasn't getting hit, Tosha.
But he had on some Jordans and he looked like he had anything protecting that calf. But since it's the Vikings, I wouldn't try him out there. But the thing is, because the Vikings aren't a good team. They're winning just on happenstance, like field goals.
Right, they're 3-3
like
and they could be 0-6. Right.
Right. So I would sit him. It's the Vikings. But like you said, he's gonna want to have his boy out there to show his prize possession. Again, you've just got to watch the Colin Kaepernick documentary. It's short. It's like six or eight episodes, but they're like 30 minutes or so. They're not really long. I sat there.
You can do that in one night.
Yeah, I sat there and binge watched it the whole day yesterday. But I would sit him just for. I mean, again, you don't want to take that risk because if you injure him, they're gonna put him out pasture. They're gonna shoot his toe off like they did Toby, and he's not gonna be worth a damn.
You got $75 million in the bank, Dak. You went through all of that trouble to bet on yourself to get that mega deal. Why rip your calf or have it turn into an Achilles injury like it did KD in the playoffs against Toronto when it started as a calf, but he went back out there and then tore his Achilles. Then he missed a whole year. Dak, you can't afford to miss another year of your prime. Mm-hmm. I know it's a big-time Sunday night game. I know that Jerry wants to win because his new-look Cowboys are sitting on top of the world right now. Now, Candyman says he needs the Cowgirls to lose the game so he can talk his crap in the group. So does most of America. But let's just keep it real. If Dak don't play, they losing against Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and that defense that Minnesota has. They won't win with the backup. So we'll see if pride steps in there and Jerry lets him make his own decision. Don't do it, Dak. Don't do it. Now,
we seem to have lost our moderator and our host, Mr. Paul Colter. He'll be back shortly, but let me pull up some more topics. Kenny, he did want to talk about the Lakers and the Nets looking like garbage, and he asked me who was in more trouble. And what I'm going to say about that is, I think over time, the Lakers were proved to be in the most trouble. It's kind of a toss-up because you also have the fact of Kyrie Irving not being in Brooklyn. Is he going to come back? Is he going to get the vaccination? I know the owners and groups did say that they really wish Kyrie Irving would get the vaccination. But then you have people like Mayweather coming out there championing for him. Yeah, of course, we know it's your body, your choice. But why is it okay to say your body, your choice when it comes to a vaccine? But when you got women out here who may want to have abortions or do everything, it's not their body, their choice. You have so many other people making these rules for them. I think Ice Cube even turned down like a $9 million paycheck for a movie.
I was just going to bring that up. He did. He walked away from a movie gig, which makes him a cultural icon right now for the non-vaxxers.
Yeah, because he didn't want to get that vaccine. But I think the Lakers, I'm curious because they're going to let Russ be Russ. And, Russ is like a locomotive. Russ is not going to stop. He's going to keep going and going and going. So I'm thinking, is that the plan? Like, do they want Russ to get out there and run himself ragged and let LeBron get all this rest? So then come April, LeBron will be good and rested and he can take over the team. I really want if they said, okay, LeBron, we're going to give you these players, but are you going to coach them? Because the team that they have put together is not built for a championship. It's I don't know how because if you wanted to win a championship, you should have went out and got Buddy Hield instead of
preach, Tasha. There you preaching.
Instead of Westbrook, because Hield fits that mold of how LeBron wants the game ran, and Westbrook does not fit that mold. So it's kind of hard to say. It's really early, and again, it's football season. Only the true NBA heads are really sitting there watching NBA games right now. I mean, I'm watching a little bit here and there. I'm watching a few players. Of course, I am a K stan, so I've been trying to keep up on, what's going on in Brooklyn. I love Ja Morant. So if I see Paula record the game and I'll go back sometimes and I've been like, oh, do I want to watch Ja? Because Ja is exciting.
He's the future. He is the future, yes.
But Kenny, you can't depend on LeBron and Melo. I mean,
let me expand on that for a second. When you said you can't depend on LeBron and Melo beat when Ja went into Staples Center and dropped 40 on Sunday night. Melo won that game for the Lakers, going 6 for 7 from 3-point line. The next two games, he was like 1 for 12. Like, he just totally tanked. They lost to a winless Oklahoma City team after having a 26-point lead. T Sizzle. They look old. Westbrook had a quadruple double the other night,
and was mad because
double with 10 turnovers.
But again, then he was mad because at the end somebody went and yanked it on him. But you had 30 other minutes. How many minutes is an NBA game? 45.
48 minutes. 48 minutes.
You had 43 minutes to prevent him, and a 26-point lead to prevent him from yanking it on you at the end, and then you want to get mad about it. I'm not going to count out and just say, oh, they're old. It's the team that is put together. Their games do not mesh, and then you got street clothes again. Sitting down in street clothes.
I love that name.
He's always injured. He's always hurt. So
that's Anthony Davis, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
So how do you? I mean, towards the end of the season, and then again with Brooklyn, I forgot to bring this point up. They're not giving Harden those Reggie Miller fouls that kick the leg out and all of that. Right. So that's going to hurt Harden's game. Even though I'm not taking Harden can ball. Yeah, we know he can ball. But
that's a huge part of his game is getting to the free throw line and getting fouls. That sets that scoring average up.
Right. So without that, how is he going to, because I mean, KD can only take the team so far. He can only take it so far. Because even when he went to Golden State, they were saying, oh, it's KD's team. But look at what you had around you. You had Steph.
Yeah.
You had Clay. Even though I hate I'm not going to say what I call him off wax. Him, Draymond, you had him. That's kitchen table talk. Don't you believe it?
Keep it moving, Tasha. Keep it moving.
You had so many other weapons around KD. So if somebody wanted to take off that night and KD could just say, yeah, I'm going to get us 40 tonight. We're going to win. Mm-hmm. But KD cannot do that without any help. I mean, like I said, that go back to the greats. Jordan couldn't do it without help. Even LeBron. I mean, even though LeBron did drag some scrubs, but I mean, those scrubs did play a role.
But he reached his best success when he had help.
Yes, and it's easier when you have help. We all get by with a little help from our friends. So
that's true.
But I don't know. That's a tough one. But I think the Lakers are going to have a tougher go at it.
The Lakers, and just when I was watching them play the Grizzlies, with LeBron on the floor, you made the best point that kind of sent me toward the Lakers, because I was leaning towards the Nets as being in more trouble, because that front court, of LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, that's not going to get it done in the playoffs. Where are you, Kyrie? Get the jab, come on back, or New York change the law, do something. But that front court is not going to beat no Philly. It's not going to beat no Giannis. You can't. Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge and some guy named Jackson Lynch or something. No, that's not going to do it.
Merrill Lynch,
right? But watching the Lakers when Westbrook and LeBron are both on the floor, LeBron is basically stuck in a corner waiting on a kick out. That he's not Clay. He don't just sit out there and just shoot threes. That was their undoing. Ja was giving them that work. The Grizzlies are a young team. They were running them. And now Westbrook is all in his emotions. He's trying to go back and forth with Ja, turning the ball over. If it wasn't for Melo bailing them out that game, they would have lost that game. But again, Melo's 1 for 12 from 3 the last 2 games after that. Just totally inconsistent. So if LeBron and Westbrook don't have to play together, I think the Lakers are okay. But right now, both teams are sitting outside the top 8. Okay, all right. Let's LeBron, bruh, we about to. This is up for grabs now, bruh. You done picked the wrong one. And to hammer home Tasha's point with Buddy Hield can keep LeBron as the point forward. He can create off the dribble if he had to run with the second team. He's a much better 3-point shooter than LeBron and Westbrook put together. He can play defense. He can keep a young guy in front of him on defense. Just mind-boggling that LeBron would usurp that and say, no, I want Russell because you're making the Expendables 4. You know what?
How do I close? I'm going to just close out this. Just gonna pull that down.
Yes, Kenny, man. Kenny said it best. It's hard to watch. Now, when the Nets and the Lakers play on Christmas or whatever day they're supposed to play, find you something to do. Open your presents. You'll see them old men walking the ball up the court and all that old mess. All right, let's get to the
find something to do. I need you to find something to do.
Well, you always got the beach, damn it. We still jealous of you on that.
All right. I got some new ones. My husband bought them for me. You know, the other ones were raggedy and I had duct tape on them. He bought me some new ones. And these are the wireless junts. But for some reason, I don't know how to connect to my laptop.
Okay, well, good. You got Christmas came early. All right, so let's get to the hot picks, Tasha. Will Christmas come early for the Michigan Wolverines? Will they stay undefeated and put themselves in the race for a college football playoff berth?
I'm going to, of course, go blue as always. Yes. The only green I like is money, but not even down here. So the only green I like is that sticky icky. So yes, go blue.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. I had pulled some green boxers out of the dryer this morning and hurled them across the damn street. I was like, not today, Satan.
And I still have that photo of us when I had on the maize underwear.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Michigan shirt, and you had on the blue boxers and the Michigan shirt. Every time I look at that photo, we were turned that game. We got our asses chopped up like stir fry.
They beat us down to our boxers.
But Michigan gets out there, like I said, they got to score early. They've got to score early and often. And then I don't know, the fact that they're also talking about Michigan State coach being in the mix at LSU too. Is that a distraction? You don't know.
I'm rooting for them. Get your paper because if we're not playing them, I got love for the brother coach. I got love for him.
Yeah,
keep climbing that ladder, bro. And and so just don't get it done today. This is a Cade McNamara day. Look, Cade, all of this missing the wide open receivers down the field. I'm not with that. Just stop it. JJ, we need you on point today, JJ. I'm going to go as well. We have another ranked matchup in college football today. Auburn versus Ole Miss. Does Auburn get it done this Saturday?
No, and I hate to say it because I hate Ole Miss, but no, War Eagle, no.
You going with Ole Miss today? Okay, all right. Well, I know that was hard for you, Kenny man. You walked us right into this one. On Sunday, the Tennessee Titans faced the Indianapolis Colts in a grudge rematch. Now, The Colts team that Tennessee played in the first half of the season is not the Colts team now. They're healthy. They got their all-pro guard back. Carson Wentz looks like he's turned the corner and he's gotten over his ankle injuries. And Darius Leonard is the real boogeyman. He's the real Freddy Krueger. Darius Leonard has been a thorn in our side. Darius Leonard is a monster. Can we slay the Darius Leonard dragon up in Indy where it's almost impossible for us to win?
Oh, God. I hate it because I did pick the Colts to win this division.
You did.
I just
they got to win today for that to happen too.
Right. But I just don't see them beating the Titans. I mean, I'm not going to say they got lucky against the 49ers. 49ers awful. And, of course, our quarterback issues. Trey Bebe is hurt. And then they keep wanting to trot Garoppolo out there because he got the Superman curl, the hair. And so I can't really use that 49er game. It was a monsoon, so I can't really use that game.
And that played right into Indianapolis's hands because they just want to pound the rock and run the ball. That played right into their hands.
Right. So I don't know, man, but I'm gonna go for the Titans.
The Titans, you need this one. You don't want to give Indy any life because now they're getting healthy and they're starting to roll at the right time. They'll have Paris Campbell and T.Y. Hilton back soon. So if you can lock up the division and put them in the wild card race early, you better do it now because every time you don't slam the door on the team in the NFL, they always come back to bite you later. Ask the Baltimore Ravens. The door open. Didn't he tell her to shut her trap? Shut your trap. Like, is that romantic? If you come in the house and your husband goes, shh, shut your trap. Touch you on the lip.
I'm gonna say, you don't get your what?
You ain't get your dusty finger out my.
I ain't gonna call him that. I'm gonna call him something else. them beaters off my lips, man. Them beaters.
Oh no! Moving on in a hurry. We have the Sunday night matchup. I just thought that. I'm like, why did he whisper that? All right, Dallas versus Minnesota. Who do you like in the Sunday night matchup, Tasha?
Even with or without Dak, I do like the boys. And maybe being here on the island has softened you, girl. I'm actually rooting.
I think so. You've been much more objective with the Cowboys and Titans this year.
But the Cowboys are actually good, and I can't take that away from them. Because if they were terrible, I'm gonna be the first ones to be like,
it's still a long season ago. We've seen this before in Dallas, so
yeah, I give credit.
I got the Cowboys too.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
Now we've got a big time matchup in the AFC North with two teams just fighting to stay in the division race. That is Cleveland and Pittsburgh. The rematch of last year's AFC divisional playoff game. Who you got, T Sizzle?
I'm going for Pittsburgh.
I got Pittsburgh too. I'm not buying Baker Mayfield. If he gets out there, that's going to help Pittsburgh. If he sits in case Keenum is out there, that's going to help Pittsburgh's defense. I'm going with the Steelers as well.
Yeah.
And in the Boo Boo Bowl, we have the two participants this week are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Tasha, does Detroit get their first win of the season this Sunday?
And all the Honolulu blue throwback uniforms in the world can't save them. And that's the coldest uniform ever. Is that Honolulu blue? It's just all blue with the silver.
Them Thanksgiving Day outfits, yeah. Y'all, I'm calling the upset. Detroit is not gonna lose to Philly in the dome, in the Ford Dome. They're gonna get it done on Ford Field this week. They've been biting knees and biting elbows and all of that kind of stuff. Is finally going to pay off. I think Detroit gets the win. And before we close, Tasha, what are your thoughts on Green Bay, Arizona? Does that change your opinion about both of those teams, the way that game went down?
Well, again, I wasn't really just sold on Arizona from the beginning. And remember, I told you, you cannot count Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. And I think I said that
did. See, you see how America, the world, Dominican Republic, you see how I tossed her that alley-oop and she just went up there and dunked it because she said Green Bay was the best team in the league 3 weeks ago. They play the only undefeated team in the league and win on the road. Okay, T Sizzle. Okay.
I mean, now who's to say if AJ Green would have turned around, would he have caught that ball? Because if he would have turned around at that point, the ball would have been right in his face. But I wasn't really so. You got street clothes NFL version, JJ Watt. He forever in street clothes too. Like, damn.
I'm just saying.
Do you not want to wear your uniform?
That somebody in Green Bay got it to Aaron Rodgers and to Coach LaFleur that you had the best team in the league when they did not have the best record, and they responded. They responded for you, T Sizzle. They showing out. Now we have to concede if they knocked off the best team. If this was college format, they'd be the number one team in the country today. The Green Bay Packers. See, this is how you give your co-hosts your flowers while they're still alive. Because
Flores a fresca.
Today is Tennessee State's homecoming. Tosha T Sizzle, you want to send a shout out?
Well, I would like to send a shout out, but the fans don't do what they're supposed to do. Let me pull this up because it really angers me. And people always say it does, because I see what Primetime is doing down there at Jackson State.
The largest turnout ever for a homecoming game.
They had 53,578 people in the stadium. Not outside barbecuing, listening to music, like I said, with all them damn bedazzled ass shoes and jewelry and hairdos and shit, stuff, and it pisses me off because
hey, don't forget those booty short type pants that have pink on the butt. Remember, you see a lot of them at the parade. Sorry, I'm sorry.
All of that stuff. I mean, I'm one that do I want to go outside? Yeah, when I want to go early so I can see people, walk by people's tent, and then I go to the game. How do you all expect the team to feel appreciated and want to go win when there's nobody in the stand? So if you're going to party, just go party. Don't even go to the parking lot. Don't do that. It's disappointing that the only people that are hyping up the damn team are the band. It's the band.
Right.
Like, it's sad that you all cannot take y'all asses inside that damn stadium. Even if you go to the hole, they're not even going in the hole.
Eddie George deserves better than that.
He deserves better. And it's like Eddie George played in Tennessee. He was a Titan. Primetime played in the state of Mississippi, but they're coming out. I'm not going to say they're just coming out to see him, but they're coming to see Dion. You know, these other HBCUs, they have people in their stands. They don't just sit outside and party. And then you want to talk about the team, say they're sorry. They need to do this. And if the coach don't do this, Eddie George is a bad hire. Right. Eddie George is a bad hire. But no, you all are bad supporters. Like I said, you just want to put on them shiny ass shoes. All these women, y'all just want to put on your best outfit to go and sit. And then again, they want to talk about PWIs. It wasn't a time or a game that I went to in Mississippi State that they were not in those stands with those cowbells ringing.
Right. Got us watching the damn game on mute.
Right. I mean, you would, I got a recording. And then in the third quarter, when they play that, don't stop, can't believe. All you hear is clank, 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 clank.
Hey, that will get you fired up though when you got a little sauce in your system.
Right, because they don't do Sweet Caroline down there. They do Don't Stop Believing. But it's sad that people do not go into the game and support. Also, before the game started, we were there. Yes, we were there because the students know to get a good seat where they can get down to the front. They would have to go early and sit there. It wasn't the game started at 6, so yeah, I'm still putting my makeup on. It's 6:15, and I'm just gonna stand outside anyway. Keep your black ass at home. Just go and support the team. It angers me. I guess that's the actual fan in me, because I'm not about the fanfare. I'm an actual fan, so I want to go and see the game. I want to go and support whatever team I'm rooting for. Right. Like I want my roommate is there. Both of my two good friends, Tasha's aunties. Shout out to Tweety, Kawana Everett, and Serena. Sabrina joked and sent me a message saying she wanted to get that straw hat, alumni hat. And I was like,
right.
please.
Oh yeah, the Joe Shelton hat.
I was like, get one and take some photos for your girl, because that was always our dream, to get that TSU hat. We
Right.
always wanted that straw hat. And it's like,
Right.
you all want to go and wear all the paraphernalia and then get mad when no one supports. But damn, you sitting outside in the parking lot.
But here's the part that really befuddles me about this. Because if the game was in Tallahassee, if the game was in Memphis or Atlanta, the whole city would be there.
And they're inside the Liberty Bowl. When they play Jackson State, they're inside the. But first of all, because the Liberty was in the mound, I don't know too many people just want to hang out.
No,
in the
ain't
mound.
nobody. You got to get your ass inside the gate and get right to your car in Memphis.
Right. I mean, and all these other classics they go to, they go to they're in the stand. So what makes it different? Homecoming is when you're supposed to come and support your team when you're usually not there. So
There's going to be
that has
400
bothered
people,
me.
400 people waving at the homecoming court as they walk around the track.
All on one side, because it may be 5 or 6 people that sit on the other side. Everybody sits on one side.
Can you imagine 5 people in Nissan Stadium? Can you imagine that?
And then the thing about it, when you try to move down a seat because it's empty, the people want to get mad. That's somebody's seat. Ain't nobody in here. Don't you move.
You might be able to You might be able to flip the coin if you get in there early enough.
Right. You could. Hey, come on.
So TSU, we wish you a great homecoming weekend. We hope the bands go out. Let's get some HBCUs in there for homecoming in the future.
Yeah.
Let's get those games back in the hole if you're not going to do your right thing by Nissan Stadium. But more than anything, T is still for Tennessee. STATE. University. TSU. Woo! So get it done, Tennessee State. Get it done, Michigan. Get it done, San Francisco. Get it done, Tennessee. And get it done, Dallas, this weekend. On behalf of my co-host, Mr. Tosha T Sizzle, we'll see y'all next week. Peace. Go Blue.
Go Blue. And go Big Blue.
Then go Big Blue. Oh, there you go.
Hey, Oleon.